Good morning, great to see you again. Welcome back to another Winemaking 101 Tips, Tricks, Advice video. One of the most commonly asked questions I get is after I've wrapped my wine off, removed the liquid from the sediment, what on earth do I top it up with? And there's numerous different answers to that question, but fundamentally you can top it up with anything you fancy. You could use a sugar syrup solution or honey or fruit juice. Bear in mind you'd want to keep the airlock in your Demijohn so that if that yeast does carry on fermenting, if you haven't maxed out the alcohol level, the yeast would carry on fermenting and create more bubbles. But by adding more fermentables, it's a great way of preserving the alcohol level of your wine. You could also fortify your wine with brandy, vodka, gin, any spirit like that. Or you could even use a wine to top it up. Choice is yours. My beetroot, orange and chocolate wine has thrown heaps of sediment, and a few of you have mentioned how much sediment it throws down as well. And you have also asked what to top up your beetroot wine with. And in Tesco's I have found beetroot juice in a carton. 1 litre for £3. It's 90% beetroot juice and 10% apple juice. So I thought this would be brilliant for topping up with beetroot-based wines. What I really like to do when I make my wine recipes is to make an extra litres worth of the wine. So I scale up the recipe to about 6 litres so I can put the surplus juice into a wine bottle with the cap loosely done up, and then the bottle goes in the fridge ready for topping up your wine as and when you need to rack off, so that you can use the juice in the fridge that matches the wine in your Demijohn. And that is a great way of maintaining the pure flavour of the recipe that you're using. So I'm just racking off my beetroot, chocolate and orange wine into a clean Demijohn, and then I'm going to top up with, I think, the bottle from the fridge. I've just had a cheeky taste through the siphon, and wow, this is strong, beetrooty, chocolatey. The whole oranginess comes through. It's like eating Terry's chocolate orange. It's divine. It's quite potent as well. It's got a great kick to it. What I like to do with the leftover leaves in the Demijohn is just pour it straight into the compost heap. The compost heap loves the yeast and all those nutrients it provides. As you can see, I'm quite a little bit short there, and if I top that up with water, the flavour would be diluted. And also, my bottle has a lot of sediment in as well. It's about a quarter full of sediment. So I'm going to siphon off the top 3/4 into the Demijohn. And if that doesn't fill the Demijohn headspace, I will use the beetroot juice just to add that beetrootiness to it back in. It is perfectly acceptable to use water to top up your Demijohns. And I do add water if I have a tiny bit of headspace that needs filling up. And I'm not too worried that the flavour will be diluted too much. There is a massive difference between the fermented flavour and the bottle that's been kept in the fridge. And in goes the carton of beetroot juice. Now I know that the wine yeast I use for this particular wine can easily handle the sugar from the bottle and the sugar from the fruit juice, from the beetroot juice. So whilst this is in the airing cupboard fermenting even further, why don't you check out this tips and tricks video up by here, and I'll see you all really soon.